So, welcome to this week's masterclass, all about it's hard to be happy when you're not truly you. So, if I look at people generally, are they happy in life? Well, maybe I'd say not. Their happiness and joy are held in the organ of the heart in medical intuition. And I'll just stop the screen share for a moment. So they're held in the heart space. Yet we've become such a society of in our head, thinking, process, thinking some more, have a little bit more thinking, overthinking, intellectualizing. I'll give you an example. Scrolling, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Telegram, whatever else is that, YouTube, thinking. And I forgot where I was the other day. And I can't remember now, but I walked in and I went, gosh, everyone's just on their phone. It's on their phone. Tick, 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 tick. So is this going to make us happy? I know for a fact social media doesn't make people healthy. It's actually affected people's mental health, down to children and teenagers getting bullied or even committing suicide with it. So what brings us happiness? See, this is a bit crazy first thing Monday morning and you're talking all this sort of stuff because it is a big disharmony that we've got in our life at the moment. And that all relates to if I'm on social media, for example. Now I use social media, I'm using it here, I'm using it in my Facebook group and YouTube and everything to educate, to inspire. But if I'm scrolling going, oh my gosh, I'm not the right way, I'm not the right hair, I'm not the right weight, I haven't got the right thing, I'm not fitting in, which is a really big part of our limbic brain. We've got to fit into that group. It's hard to be happy if we're not ourselves. When we go on to things like that, it's like almost saying, well, you can't be yourself. So I want you to think of a time when you were yourself. And yourself might have been something as simple as, I love, if I'm not working a Sunday, I have a POG day. POG. It's a made-up word. It's not a pig, it's a POG. And a POG is that you're lazy in whether you get dressed. You wear your Uggs, you brush your teeth, you sort of slop around the house, you do a bit of this, you do a bit of that. And that makes me super happy. Super happy. There's no deadlines, nothing. You don't have to do anything whatsoever. And then there's also days where I get up and I go for a walk. Makes me happy. And I'm driven, and I'm a big goal achiever, expectations, etc. for myself. Makes me happy too. If you're truly you, then you're in the element of happiness. And it is an element. And the reason that it's an element is because it's an energy. That energy is you being the core essence of pure love. And so if you be you, what might happen? Well, things start to work out. Money flows. But what is the real you? In the Secret Codes to Success book, which is actually a healing book, I've got activities. And one of them says, find out, who am I? And this is what I know to be true. Who am I? Who are you? Quite often we don't even know who we are. Along our journey of being born to death, whatever age that be, when we're born, we know who we are. And there is a sense of happy, true happiness. And we get taught that to fit in the tribe, the clique, the group, the family, the country, the culture, the whatever, you've got to be this way and do these things. And then the Millennium Grid, there's certain ages and stages that we go through. So from 0 to 13, we're learning in the feminine. It's like I'm me and I'm being nurtured to be me. 14 through to 26, it's like, okay, now you've got to be out in the world out there. You've got to be fit in that way. And then like 27 to 39, it's like working out, well, who am I now? Which way do I want to be? Age 40 to 52, that cycle, this is all mystery school stuff. 40 to 52 is all about this is me. This is what makes me happy. 53 to 65 is going, I know me and I'm aware of where they are and what they need to do. I don't have to play the game. The cycles continue. So in that happiness, if you're not being you, part of being you could be that today you wake up and you've got grumpicitis. You're really angry. Be angry, it's okay. Or you're annoyed, or you're cheesed off, or you're tired or frustrated. That's okay. That's you in the moment. But if you're being you, you're actually grateful for you. Because when you're in the art of gratitude, which is actually the art of loving, it can't be anything else, but in that sense of happiness. And it's hard to be happy when you are not truly you if you're being there for everyone else, pleasing everyone else, trying to be liked, trying to be approved of. And why does that occur? Again, it's just part of evolving and growing up. If you're truly you, you speak kindly about yourself. You say loving concepts. You say the positive. And I don't mean positive, be happy all the time. Positive as, you know what? At the moment, things are a bit wobbly, but I know they're going to get better. I know I've got the solutions. When you're being you, sometimes there's an air or essence of stillness and quiet. Sometimes when we are quiet, whether it be by our mouth or in our thoughts, it's like, oh, there I am. There I am. Sometimes being you might be putting on music at home and dancing and bouncing around and talking. The true you, only you know who they are, no one else. And so part of this journey, and especially through mystery school, was to understand who am I? What are my gifts? What are my challenges? And in the Millennium Children book, I write, your challenge is your gift, and your gift is your challenge. It's actually the same thing. It's hard to be happy when you force being something that you're not. How many of you relate to that? Go back to teenage years where you went, I have to be this way, I have to dress this way. I'm going to show my age. Me as a teenager, it was all about buff shoulders and the same buff hair that I've got. And also leggings, let's get physical by Olivia Newton-John. There was baggy jeans. All of that. If you didn't have those, you are not in the clique. And that stuff still happens. Our brain doesn't know whether we're a teenager or an adult. Is it you? Who are you? And I know for myself, doing this work, I've had criticism playing in the spiritual game, being me. And the being me is kind of crazy. But fit the norm. I'm going to tell you, don't white light. What are you doing that for? It's old paradigm. Because when you do that, you're focusing on protect, 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 which then goes attract, attract, attract to protect. That's been me. But when I tried to play the game of protect and what others said in the spiritual game, I wasn't happy. Another example, when I tried to eat what I call skippy food, a blob of meat with veggies, like a steak and veggies. I don't like red meat. I went out with a guy once who was very Australian about red meat, veggies, potatoes, and peas. Just so not me. I don't like it. I like the Mediterranean. That's how I grew up. I found it hard to be happy. In fact, I couldn't eat the red meat. I don't like it. So where have you, or where are you not being the true you? Because it's hard to be happy in that state. The true you is saying, hey, guess what? I made a mistake. Or I had to work the IT. Or I did an oops. In one of the courses, Millennium Children, I say it's so important. Sin. The word sin means to make mistakes. So go sin, everyone. Make a mistake, learn. That's part of growing and learning and being able to be happy. But can you laugh at yourself when you make the mistake? Can you be able to go, you know what? That is part of me as well. To be you is to be able to say, oh, well, stuff happens. Or some people say shit happens. To be you is to wear what you want, to be comfortable. And I remember in my mum's funeral, which I had to organize at age 16, I decided to wear a really hippie dress. It was black and pink, not much black. And as I walked, it had little bells on the belt and bells on the bottom of the dress. And I was told, you can't wear that. You have to wear black. I didn't like black. That's what made me happy at that time. And the happiness needed to come in because I was devastated and sad that she died. I was numb, couldn't even cope with what was going on. I was working in survival, doing everything. But the happiness was like, you know what? My mum wouldn't have wanted me to wear black that I don't like wearing. Sometimes to be in that happiness and the true you is not about conforming to what other people say or do. That's actually held in your thymus gland right here and the thymus chakra that sit on top. They're to be different. And if you're not truly you, which is seeing the love that you are, the kindness, then it's tricky to be happy. When people strive to have the money, which I hear on many YouTube's podcasts, etc., those that have made it in the wealth, and as they made it in the wealth, then they're suddenly going, wait, I'm not actually happy. And they're giving insights and advice of make sure you love what you do because they didn't have the happiness. Or once I pay off the mortgage, once the kids grow up, now once I get the perfect dog, I'll be happy. It's when you're truly you. That's when those things come to you. And if you are you, it's a magnetism. One of my affirmations is, it always comes to me. I'm being me, the chorus, truest, highest form of me, like I invite you to be, which is the love, the connection. Can you see that? That's where true happiness is. Sometimes when you are that way, sometimes people don't like it, but that's okay because they're not being the truest, highest form. You're being the example of what's possible, but because they're in this space of not being who they really are, truly themselves, look at you and go, right, and say something. Or why are you hanging around with them? They're influencing you. Don't do it. Come back. Only because they're not happy. So it's hard to be happy when you're truly not truly you. So right today, this moment that you're watching this, whether it's live or recorded, I want you just to reflect on one tiny thing where you're not truly you. Home, partnership with the children, at work, in the supermarket, at the gym, wherever it is, when you're truly not you. And take a breath. What would it take to truly be you? What would it take to be kind, to have beautiful words about yourself, and go, yeah, I know I am a loving person. I am kind, I am generous. When you start to think that way, there's a vibrational shift, a chemical shift in your hormones. There's a spiritual, emotional shift. And what you're doing is you're dropping back into your heart, out of your head. It's like, oh my gosh, this is me. This is me. And that's where the happiness comes from. Because you are you. So on this one, I'm going to get you just to, if you're walking, please walk and have your eyes open. Those that want to, they're just going to check in on where you are. And I invite you just to close your eyes for a moment. You can have your eyes open. You can journal, whatever's comfortable for you. But as I said, if you're driving or walking, keep your eyes open. Keep doing. And now I'm going to get you to drop into your heart. Notice what color it is. Notice what shape it is. It may not be heart shape. And I want you to ask your heart, hey, heart, what makes you happy? Just listen for the answer. Feel the sensations. Allow whatever thoughts to come up. Now I'm going to ask you to come into your heart chakra. Hey, heart chakra, what makes you happy? Again, listen to any thoughts. Feel the sensations. See what comes up. And just whilst you're there, I want you to think back, going into a memory. And your amygdala, your hippocampus, and your connective tissue, medical intuition, are going back into your memory of when you were truly you. And there was just this beautiful energy of happiness. What were you doing? What were you wearing? What were you being? What were you thinking? And then take a big breath in. Breathe all the way out. What if from this moment, and I'm going to get you to gently open your eyes, what if from this moment, for the rest of your life, you made a choice, which is held in your knees, a choice to go, you know what? I choose to be me. Because today I choose to be happy, but I choose to be me. And when I choose to be me, to truly be me, that's when I know joy and happiness comes. Because it's hard to be happy when you're not truly you. So we're going to go into some golden heart sharing. The golden heart is where you come into your heart and you go, well, this is what I got from today's masterclass. Now, you can pop it in the chat and I'll read it out if you can't talk. or you are more than welcome to unmute yourself, knowing that we always learn from each other. So I will go to Sandra, Jackie, and Kelly. And if we can just make it really short, because we're on a time zone limitation for people, that would be amazing.
I'm not sure if anyone can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Everyone. Okay, good. Morning, everyone. My golden heart is to be true to oneself and explore what's in front of me in everyday life now.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Sandra. Just before we go on to the next bit, Jackie, we've got Pauline. It always comes to me. Ruthie's got, I love being me. Thank you for the reminder of how to be me. So thank you, Ruthie, Pauline. And let's go to Jackie. You just have to unmute yourself, Jackie.
My golden heart message was just to be kind to myself and love myself.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Kelly.
Mine is to keep listening to me. And when you said your little bit about being able to make a sin and mistakes and laugh, because laughter is the best medicine. So I think laughing is the key to it all.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, my darling. Thank you, thank you. Yes, definitely all go out and sin. Only make a mistake, it's great. We've got Lou. Going back to what makes me happy may need to be me dancing in a chair. Is it, darling? Yep, absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go to Andrew and Monique.
Oh, good morning. To me, it's it's okay to be me, warts and all, and to accept, all the warts part as well, with a kind mind, and celebrate what that learning is for me.
Yep, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Andrew. Can you talk, Monique? Or type it? Just whilst Monique's. If you could talk, darling, you can talk. I'll just keep talking until you talk. It is so, so important. It is the biggest pain that people have, emotional, mental, physical, chemical, spiritually, when we are not ourselves. And there's part of growing up is actually, or evolving, is to learn, who are we? Who am I really? And when we do this, that's when we have the joy, the happiness. It's just when we're trying to be something that we're not, we have the pain. And over the years of doing medical intuition, I've noticed that clients of every country, nationality, culture, job, career, etc., when they're doing what they don't like and they don't be themselves, they're unhappy. And especially I've seen over the years when people strive for the money and the corporate job and whatever, and then they say, I've sold my soul, that there's no happiness because they had to be someone that they're not. And so the most important thing to your health on all levels is being you, kind mind, recognizing that you are the love, always. Your body desires it, deserves it, craves it, needs it. And it's not about being happy, happy, happy all the time. Happiness is just these like little bubbles within you. Because you're being you, always you. And as I mentioned, sometimes when you're yourself, others may not like it. But it's only because they're not being themselves. And I'm just going to check on Monique. Can you say anything yet, darling?
I can. I for some reason my phone was freezing and I couldn't unmute. But thank you. Yeah, my golden heart was sometimes I don't know who I am. So today was a really good reminder that it is okay to be me, because there are times when I think, who am I really? So thank you, Jean.
Perfect. Perfect. And whoever we are will change, grow, and evolve depending on the different roles we're in. So remember this week's lesson, and for the rest of your life. It's hard to be happy when you are not truly you. And the true you is you are lovable, loving, loved, and loved. That's it. That's it. So go be you. Go play. Go do what makes your heart sing. Allow yourself to shine your brilliance. And thank you so much, everyone, for this week's Mystery School lesson. I will see you next week for the next Mystery School Masterclass. Lots of love.